Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy Meso. We're back for another haircut tutorial. Today I'm going to be doing the low drop fade with the number 1.5 on the top of the head, and we're going to be doing a low drop fade. And yeah, I'm going to be teaching y'all how to do it using the blade theory. So this is not using adjustables, no wall, none of that. This is the blade theory. So this is what you learn in barbering school. So right now I'm starting off with my bottom line, and I'm just starting off with that guideline. I want to make sure that it's clean and neat. That's why I'm putting a harsh line in it and not a soft line, because I really want to have a, a good foundation for my fade. So right now I'm just going around the ear, curving around, and then I'm going down. Basically, I want to keep it underneath that occipital bone, because if you bring it up higher than that, that means it becomes like a mid or a high fade, and I want to keep it as a low fade. So right now I'm just doing my thing, and the client, he likes to see every part of his shape up. So that's why I'm setting my guideline like that, just for that reason. So right now I'm coming in with my Andis BGRCs, and I'm going with the number 1 open. Number 1 open. Just a number 1 blade, and I'm going up a full inch, maybe more than an inch when I come around to the back of the head, because you want to make sure that you stretch out the blend in the back of the head, because the back of the hair is way more dense than the top of the head, the side of the head, any part like that. So make sure you stretch your blends in the back of the head. So right now I'm coming in with the number 1.5 guard, 1.5 blade. I keep saying guard, but number 1.5 blade, and I'm just going down over the waves. And as you can see in the front where I left a little hair still, he has a cowlick, so I try to make sure that I'm being cautious around that and going with the grain of the cowlick. Don't just, sometimes when you cut hair, sometimes you can fall into the trap of just rushing it when you're cutting the hair down, and then you end up gapping somebody. So that's the last thing you want to do. So just take your time. It's a lot of people with cowlicks that sometimes when they grow their hair out, you can't see that they have it, but when they go back down to low cuts, they have cowlicks. And sometimes it's hard to recover from not nicking them, but just going over the cowlick the wrong way and leaving a gap. So sometimes you just got to take your time, man, especially when it comes to it, especially during consultation. Just take your time. Doing cowlicks, you can really just use a lot of freehand techniques, or you could just comb the hair and then cut it like that, or you could do clip over comb. It also, it's all up to you, really. So right now, just even out the hair. I'm gonna just dust them off a little bit, make sure that the client is comfortable. So yeah, next I believe I'm gonna come in with the number 2 blade. And yep, that is the number 2 blade. I'm coming in with the number 2 blade, and I'm just going up. Since I did a number 1.5, and number 2 is going to blend into it basically perfectly. You don't want to like run it through the head, but there's no need for you to be precautious with a bigger guard, because you really can't mess up the shape or the look with a bigger blade. I keep saying guard, but y'all know what I'm talking about, man. This video is about blade theory. So yeah, I'm going up about a good 1.5 inches, like, I'm going up to the part where the hair is going to be the thickest at, and I'm just trying to really set my base for this fade, man. This is really debulking. It's not fading, it's debulking. So that's all I'm doing, man. I'm just taking off a lot of weight and making sure everything blends. So I'm just going up. That's all I'm doing, man. I'm not doing nothing special, nothing crazy, none of that. I want to say shout out to DappBeatz, DappBeatz, for this beats, man. He did his thing on this beat, man. This song's going crazy. This is going crazy. So right now, I believe I have my 1 3/4 blade on, and right now this is when I really start fading. So I'm going out and I'm attacking that line. The blade theory is nothing too difficult. I'm going to be completely honest with you. If you work your way down using the blade theory, you'll have a more consistent fade than using the guards. And you won't be able to mess up that much. You know what I'm saying? People like adjustables because you have that factor, oh, if I mess up, I could just do this. Or if it's not the right length, I could just adjust it to this. But the blade theory is very straight up. That's what intimidates a lot of people using it. It's because they don't have that free will of changing things up how they want to, and they don't want to move like a lot back and forth. But the blade theory just makes you incorporate a lot of clip over comb, and it makes you just, you know what I'm saying, it just makes you work harder, man. So right now I believe I'm using a 1/8 blade. I did use the 1.5 just now. So I'm just working my way down, man. It's nothing too crazy. I'm not doing nothing crazy. I'm just working my way down, going like a half step lower every time I go down with a different blade. And blade theory is just following the steps, man. Just following the steps. It's like counting from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then you back at your 0. You know what I'm saying? This is probably the easiest way to cut hair. And it's the easiest way to learn how to cut hair. And this is the easiest way for you to get a consistent fade. You know what I'm saying? If you stay true to your guidelines. If you stay true to your guidelines, this is the easiest way to fade. I believe so. Now I'm just coming in with a number 1.5 again. I'm just, you know what I'm saying, just touching up spots where I see they're still dark and stuff, and I'm just doing my thing. And it's always good whenever you're fading with the guard to always come down and smooth it out with the guard. Shout out to my man Adam Fresh. I learned that from him when I first started cutting. He didn't necessarily tell me that, but when I watched him, that's all he was doing. He would fade and then he'll come back with the guard and smooth it out. So right now I believe I have on a 1 1/4 blade. And then yeah, the 1 1/4 blade, I'm just tacking that bottom line. 1 1/4 is a lot closer than a 1/8. So yeah, that's why I use this. Man, I know, talking to y'all, I'm probably sound like I'm speaking Spanish right now. Like, I'm thinking about it, and when I first started, it was no way nobody could have told me this stuff and I would have understood it. So this video is really not for those that like are really just starting to cut hair. I could put out, man, I don't know, man. Look, look, man, I'm just telling y'all what I'm doing, man. I'm just showing y'all the haircut. But yeah, right now I had my number 1 blade in, and you know what I'm saying, I just went over, tried to take out that line. Now I'm going in with my Oster fast feeds, and I'm going to just do lever play to take out that bottom line. You know what I'm saying? I'm using a lot of corner techniques, a whole lot of it, a whole lot of corner techniques. Yeah, like you can see, just a whole lot of feathering, whole lot of corner techniques, and I really like the Oster fast feeds. Like, I don't know why, they just feel so smooth, man. They cut so smooth, they not loud, they're very powerful, and they're very simple, man. You know what I'm saying? They're very simple. I wish I would have had these when I first started cutting, cause it's to be honest, man, they're better than the Andis Masters to me. You know what I'm saying? I understand why 360 Jeezy uses these all the time. They're the truth, man. Especially if you learn how to zero gap them. I'm gonna put out a video and tell y'all how to zero gap them. It's gonna blow your mind. It's very simple. You need like 2 different tools, but that's it. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to zero gap. If you really want to zero gap them, man, just go get a ceramic blade and do that. But the way I'm teaching, this is like, man, I learned this on the Facebook group, man. That was crazy. So right now, I'm just raking, man. I'm just raking. I understand that this is a very long video. I understand that. So if you're watching to this point, I do appreciate you for watching. And yeah, man, I believe that there's gems in this video. So if you really want to learn, 17 minutes, 18 minutes, that's no big deal to you if you really want to learn. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know Game Changer, he puts out videos that's like 30 minutes long. And me personally, I watched the whole 30 minutes. It's gems, man. He's teaching us stuff that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? You gotta appreciate him for that. So right now, I'm just combing down the hair, and I'm going in with my Babyliss Gold FX. These are my sharp clippers, and they get the line right every time. That's what I use them. And yeah, and I'm just starting to line up in the front, moving to the side, and I'm moving to the other side. The client, he washes his hair before he comes to me, so that just makes the shape up process way easier. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing my lines way sharper when the client washes their hair, stuff like that, man. So I'm going around the curve, and I'm just doing my thing, man. doing the shape up, you just want to follow the hair. Know the shape you want and go from that. You know what I'm saying? It's simple. Let me not say it's simple. It's not simple, bro, but it's gonna take time. You know what I'm saying? It's like with anything, it's gonna take time. So right now I'm doing the same exact thing for the other side. If you all already aren't subscribed, man, go ahead and subscribe, man. I'm thinking about putting myself on a schedule, doing 2 vlogs a week and 1 tutorial a week. But maybe I may have to switch that around and do like 2 tutorials a week and 2 vlogs a week. I'm currently in school right now, so you know it's like a little difficult to manage everything right now. I just got to get on this schedule and I'll be good to go. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm just shaping them up, man. The first time you shape somebody up, it's never going to be perfect. Like, close to never. You know what I'm saying? Like now I look back on this video, I could have did some things differently. I could have hit some different angles when I was shaping up. But that's how it is, man. That's how you always want to be. You always want to know like it's space and time for you to get better. And what you would do next time on the cut to make it better. You don't never want to be stagnant. You know what I'm saying? You don't never want to be stagnant. That's why I like recording my stuff, because I get to look and see what I'm doing and understanding what moves fastest for me and stuff like that. So right now I'm just hitting the line again. I'm just trying to make sure that I can get it straight as possible. And he does like enhancements. So, you know, we're going to go from there. And barbers, let me say this. This is something I learned. So a barbering chair, it pumps up and down, right? So literally use that, or you gonna be feeling it in your body. Like I remember I was cutting somebody, man, my back get to hurting like crazy, and I'm like, man, why is my back hurting so much? It's because I'm not using the chair like how I'm supposed to use it. The chair got a pump, and that's just for you. You know what I'm saying? If you shaping up somebody's beard, pump them up. If you fade them, pump them down. You know what I'm saying? Figure out that level where your back is always straight and you're not bending your back and you're not hurting yourself. So that's the key. The key is longevity, man. The key is longevity. The key is longevity. But when you first starting out, you know what I'm saying? Everybody sitting in the same chair. Ain't no pump feature. You know, that's not a real thing. That's just when you get up there. But right now, I'm just shaping up his beard, man. I like to use my clippers to shape up people's beard. Some people like to use the razor. Sometimes I just like a clean surface before I use my razor. That's the only reason why I use my clippers first. So I'm still just hitting his line. I'm just trying to make sure it's sharp as possible. Beard lineups are fun, man. Beard lineups are fun. If you can figure out how to get it symmetrical, it's fun. You know what I'm saying? Key to get it symmetrical is just look at the person straight up and look at both sides and make sure they're meeting. But man, look at that fade, man. That fade is clean, boy. Shout out to my man Jeremiah, man. I know he gonna watch this. As soon as I recorded it, he asked me when I was gonna post it, and I told him a day that I did not post it. It's been like 2 weeks. But yeah, shout out to my man. That's my man Jeremiah. Man, that fade is there. He got the waves in there. My man been brushing. You know what I'm saying? He kinda hey, if y'all know any YouTube barbers, he kinda look like Josh the barber. Kinda like just a little bit. Like they could be brothers. So right now I'm putting in some mousse in his hair. It's like some foaming mousse. It helps to lay down the hair. I really don't know who the supplier is. This is not the one that Vic blends. What's his name? Vic blends. This is not the one that he uses, but it's just some some regular stuff. So right now I'm just combing it through and I'm using hot air to help lay down the hair. I don't go through the step and process of putting a do-rag on them. I don't know why. I just don't like doing that. It's a little too much for me. But yeah. So I'm just using hot air. And I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of, man, when you wearing gloves, it's like doing the same thing as the plastic bag method. So it's about the same thing. And you can see how it just lays the hair down instantly. Like, it's crazy. Imagine if I put a do-rag on him. It would have been way crazy. So right now I'm going in with my enhancements, and I'm using a business card just to cover up, just to make sure that the enhancements don't go everywhere. As you can see, when I do enhancements, I like to comb them through. After I spray them, I like to comb them through. That's just to get the, take that bulk off of it. So right now I'm just spraying this hairline, just hitting them with the enhancements, stuff like that. I definitely need to hit that line again just to make sure that it's sharp. So right now I'm just shaping up the line again, man. The line again. So I really don't think I need to talk anymore, so I'm gonna let y'all just watch, and then I'm gonna talk to y'all, man. The video is almost over though, so yeah. Alright, so YouTube, this is the cut, man. If you truly enjoyed this video, if you learned something, man, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, man. It's your boy Meso, and I'm out. Man. Go follow me on Instagram. Real talk, man.